Good morning and afternoon and evening, depending on where you are. I'm speaking about luck today. Do you feel lucky? And do you know how to increase your luck? Thank you so much for joining me here today. I am so excited to be here. For those who don't know me, I'm Sandra with Ever Changing Life, clearing energy clutter, mind, body, soul, and home. Now, I'm an energy movement facilitator, and my main focus is helping to bring you back to life after a painful transition like divorce, job loss, or death. A life doesn't need to be the end of joy. Death is not the greatest loss in life. Loss is when life dies inside you while you are still alive. So today's topic, do you feel lucky? And do you know how to increase your luck? Now, I haven't been feeling very lucky lately. And I know exactly why that is. I've been sucking up all of the angst and apprehension that is out in the world there right now. And things are just not quite the way they used to be pre-COVID-19, of course. And this is requiring a lot more attention than usual. And it has been draining my energy. And when my energy gets drained, when anyone's energy gets drained, I stop doing things that are good for me, like my self-care routines. And being surrounded by crisis and the darker side of things does tend to have our focus moved to more things we cannot do. We focus on the things we cannot do. And when we focus on what we can't do, can't have, or can't make, how can we possibly feel lucky? Because what we focus on expands. Now, I want to be sure you understand what luck is, because it may not even be what you think. Luck is defined as success or failure, apparently brought about by chance rather than one's own actions. So if that's the case, if luck is simply chance, like picking the right slot machine, then very, very few people would actually be lucky. But in the world we live in, we use the term luck for all kinds of things that have nothing to do with chance. Things like the actress who became an overnight success when she was discovered by a producer in a local restaurant. She had trained, she had practiced, she had sacrificed for many years, honing her craft. And wasn't it lucky that someone discovered her? Or the example of Susan Boyle, the woman who went on England's Got Talent, and it was discovered she had an amazing singing voice. She's now a star. Was she ever lucky? Or had she been singing for years and finally had the courage to put herself out there? Was it simply chance that brought her to that stage? Or did she have to take steps to make that happen? There were thousands of applicants who apply to those shows and hundreds of people who get their shot. That's hundreds and thousands, not just a few who were what we call lucky. Now, I love what Oprah Winfrey said. Oprah says, I believe luck is preparation meeting opportunity. If you hadn't been prepared when the opportunity came along, you wouldn't have been lucky. Now, I believe that preparation meeting opportunity can translate into anything. I also believe there's an energy component to feeling lucky. For example, wasn't it lucky for the man who had a feeling that he shouldn't get on that plane when the plane crashed? Was that luck, or was that him paying attention to his energy? Now, what about everyday luck? Do you consider yourself lucky? Do you get to the store and don't have to wait in line? Have you ever gotten the last loaf of bread on the shelf? And have you ever bought tickets to a concert that sold out in 10 minutes? That is lucky. Now, are you really not lucky? Or are you simply focused on the things that you didn't have luck at instead of the things you did? People who are what we consider really, really lucky are usually the most prepared. The person who got those concert tickets grabbed that phone and started dialing, maybe over and over again, until they got through. That wasn't by chance. They took action. And even the people who really win big lotteries, there is a huge element of chance, but those who won also took action. Now, I've spoken with people who have said, oh, the odds of winning are way too low. I'll never win the lottery. So they never buy a ticket. That guarantees they will never win. They are making that happen. They are making their not winning happen. Now, that has nothing to do with luck. That's a lack of action. There are also big lottery winners who have said winning the lottery was the worst thing that ever happened to them. So, was it lucky they won? Let's talk about how to increase your everyday luck, because I believe if you increase your luck in the ordinary things, you will increase your luck everywhere because your energy vibration has been raised. And we attract what we put out. So if you raise your energy, you will be attracting things that are more in line with the energy you're putting out. So first, believing it can happen is huge. So what luck have you had that you may not even be acknowledging? I want you to think about that for a second. What luck have you had that you may not be acknowledging? Have you ever been on an off-ramp heading towards a freeway and had no trouble merging onto the freeway because there was a big gap in traffic at rush hour? I have. It happens to me all the time, mostly because I ask for it. As I'm on that off ramp, I say, please make space for me. Please make space for me. And a space becomes available. I believe the space will be there, and it is. Or if you're looking for a parking spot. Now, I'm using these easy examples because they are the quickest and easiest way you can actually test this theory. Because as human beings, we really want to test what it is that we know. And this sometimes gets us into trouble because if we don't see it, we don't believe it. So have you ever been looking for a parking spot on a busy day at the mall? And as you round the corner, you say, I want the perfect parking spot. And as you round the corner, someone pulls out of the perfect spot. And in you go. That 2 minutes of patience has paid off more than once for me. It's not very often I have to park too far away from what I want to be, from where I want to be. And what about standing in line? I detest standing in lines. And I've passed stores and chosen not to go in because we now have to line up outside to keep a safe distance. The next store I drove up to had no lineup. I passed the first store because there was a lineup and said, nope, I'll go somewhere else. The next place I went didn't have a lineup. It took me a few more minutes, but I got what I wanted. So was that luck? I don't think so. Do you complain about things not being the way you want, or do you make a little more effort to get what you want? So what if luck was something you could create? What if luck is a state of mind? What if it was simply a matter of changing how you look at things? We can't stop bad things from happening. But if we change our perspective on whether those things were good or bad, that would make a difference. And what if we focus, and what we focus on grows. What we believe, we see. So if we believe we're not going to win the lottery, we are not going to win the lottery. If we believe we are not going to get into that store quickly, we are not going to get into that store quickly. We manifest, we actually produce what we believe to be true. Because when we believe it to be true, we then can see it everywhere. So what we are thinking about actually dictates how we view life, how we actually see life. So it stands to reason that if you focus on the good things that happen to you, you will see more of them happening. And if you focus on the bad things happening to you, you will get more of that. So given the choice, I think I'll focus on more of what I want. I'll focus on more of the good things. And attitude is everything where luck is concerned. That actress who was working as a waitress would never have been discovered if she wasn't willing to seize the opportunity when it came her way. So was that luck? Again, or was it action? And what if we get an opportunity and we choose not to take it? Am I then unlucky? Being unlucky is a state of mind. So let's try to change that so we can all feel lucky. First, let's start with what luck is not. Luck is not something that just happens. Luck is not a miracle. It is not something that people have or don't have. Now remember, the actual definition of what luck is something that happens by chance. But the way we look at luck, the way we use the word, it's not something that just happens by chance. So you do need to distinguish that. And it's not reserved for those who are already lucky. And it's also not just for those who are already rich and thriving. Luck is something we can create, and the people we consider lucky simply know how to create it. So how do you create luck? First, you look for the luck you already have. The things we are grateful for usually make us feel lucky. So here's some of the things I'm grateful for that make me feel lucky. I feel lucky to live in Canada and Edmonton. I feel so lucky my kid turned out the way she did. And I feel lucky to have great friends and a good support system. I feel lucky to get that great parking spot. And I feel lucky I have easy to care for hair that doesn't need to be cut frequently. Because there are people out there right now who are struggling with their short haircuts, and they're really, really not happy about the fact that their hairdressers are not open right now. Well, actually, they just opened up, so I'm going for a cut tomorrow. But I could wait. I wasn't struggling with that particular thing. So I feel so lucky. I didn't have to struggle with that. And it sounds like a simple thing, but it makes me feel lucky. So I also feel lucky to have loved a guy who made me feel safe, loved, and accepted, even though he died. Because now I know what it feels like. Had that not happened, had I not had that experience, I wouldn't have known what it felt like. So I'm so thankful. I am so grateful. And I feel so lucky to have had him in my life to show me that feeling. So once you've identified some things that you feel lucky about in your life, focus on how those things make you feel. Check in with your mind and your physical body to get a good sense of how you feel when you feel lucky. Because once you know what that feels like, you can come back to that feeling whenever you want. by remembering the things you feel lucky about. And as you feel more lucky, that feeling will be projected and luck will come to you. The more of the things you want will come to you because you're vibrating at that energy. So as you focus on the things you have that are lucky or that you feel are lucky, more luck will show up. Now, this doesn't mean you're going to win the lottery. Man, if I could do that, I would have already done it. Another thing to remember is to make sure you have a clear definition of what you consider lucky. Because as I said, words matter. We often call it luck when it is really hard work and perseverance that got us there. So start by taking action and you will find that you are becoming more lucky because you're taking more action. Today, I feel very lucky to be speaking with all of you. So if you want more luck in life, start being grateful for the luck you already have. And remember, everyone has something to be grateful for, something to feel lucky about. And what you expand or focus on grows. So focus on what makes you happy. I'm Sandra with Ever Changing Life, clearing energy clutter, mind, body, soul, and home. And if you would like to know more about me, you can reach me through my website, www.everchanginglife.ca. So I'm going to leave you with this. Take chances. Learn to tell the truth. Learn to say no. Spend money on the things you love. Laugh until your stomach hurts. Dance, even if you're bad at it. And pose stupidly for photos. And be childlike. Because death is not the greatest loss in life. Loss is when life dies inside you while you are still alive. And I hope you have the most lucky day.